around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols. Reaming my body, clothing no issue. Bitch, you look sick, you need a tissue. You drop a body, I just might bless you. I'm metrosexual.
Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's Wraith here, back with another video. Now in today's video, I'm going to be going over the newest map that I found for absolutely unbelievable practice to improve your aim. And big shout out to Tito. The code is in the link, in the description, or basically you can look at the top of the screen. But yeah, make sure you like this video, comment what you want to see for a future video, hit that subscribe button, and use the code WraithFN in the item shop, and let's get into it. So basically, you're going to want to come to any single section you kind of want. I'm just going to be showing the tracking right now, and you're going to want to make sure you click the green button, not the red one, and it'll basically just start the match. And then when you leave this certain drill or exercise, you want to leave it, click the orange button, and then continue on, just so you don't lower your FPS too much. And by the way, no chirping me in the comments. I did not warm up at all today. This is literally the first time touching Fortnite today or anything, so aim's not too good, but trust me, this is a really good map. So for the first one, basically it's just going to be tracking these zombies right to left. You can use really anything you want, and kind of a word of advice is, instead of taking the pump for these, not obviously for the tracking but for the features, I recommend taking the combat. Even though it's not in the game, the pump's just a little bit clunky and doesn't have the best ammo, so you're still going to get the same feel as using the combat, so I definitely recommend using that. But yeah, for the first one, this is probably my favorite drill out of all of the tracking section. I just think it's really good. But as you can see, you click the orange one and they go away. Then this next one is the 360 tracking. You're going to drop down, and this is another pretty good one, just working on your tracking ability. And obviously all these aren't going to be like too game realistic, just because you're obviously not going to have a player like this jumping up and down side to side, but it just does help your mouse aim or your console aim, and just kind of get it down to the fact where you can track really easily, so you don't miss your shots for people flying in the air or running around, whatever the case is, right? So this one's pretty good. You just follow again the zombies, nothing too intense, and then once you're done, you just hop back up and again click the orange lever to stop it. So we're going to move down here a little bit to the next tracking one, which is the horizontal tracking. And this one's pretty good, not too difficult again, and you're just going to want to follow the zombie. And yeah, this one basically has like every single map, not only for tracking but for flick shots, everything, which is why I think it's so good right now. And I knew I needed to make a tutorial on this because it is honestly an unreal aim trainer. And then let's move on to this next one here. And yeah, just make sure they do close, because then your FPS just lowers a ton. It accidentally fell off there, no big deal. This one, honestly, I don't like too much, and I probably wouldn't recommend doing this one that much. It's a little bit easy, and you're not really gonna like improve that much, because like you're not often gonna be someone flying upwards completely like that or downwards completely like that. But again, it's just kind of to get your mouse or your controller feel into that tracking scenario. But yeah, I probably wouldn't recommend doing this one that much. Just find kind of like 3 or 4 you like on the tracking, and then 3 and 4 on the future ones. And I'd say just follow those as much as possible and do those as much as possible. Now coming to the glider tracking, this one I thought was going to be unreal, but it's a little bit glitchy. So as you can see, like the zombie kind of like phases and like pushes forward, so you can't really get the best tracking ability on him, which I mean is not too good, but whatever. Like this one's still pretty decent. I probably again would only recommend doing this for a couple minutes, but again, up to you, whatever you like. This one I just don't like because it kind of phases, so it's a little bit unrealistic, but again, it's up to you guys if you want to do this. So now that's basically it for the tracking section, which again, you can kind of figure out which ones you like there. There's definitely some decent ones, and there's ones that I like, but again, it's all up to you. So it's basically moved to the flick shots one here. This one's automatically out right now before they fix the bounce pads, if you guys can read it. And the flick shot right now is honestly pretty good, but this is, as you can see, this is kind of why I wanted the combat, because basically once you shoot the pump, you kind of need a couple seconds. So I just decided to switch to my SMG, but you can do whatever you want. You can take the combat, you can use a pump, You can use attack, whatever kind of you feel. You can do pump, switch to SMG, whatever you want. But yeah, that's kind of just what I did because I didn't take the combat, which I kind of should have, and I'm going to do that for the next time. You can see me kind of screwing around with the Storm Sniper because I just wanted to try a little bit of snipes. You can do honestly whatever you want. You're not forced to use just specifically a shotgun here, obviously. You can do whatever feels comfortable and you like doing, obviously. So now let's move to the next one here, and there's not too many options for flicking, but this one's still pretty good. This one, again, it's kind of hard with the pump, but it's up to you if you want to use the combat. I probably am, like I said, for the next one, just because it's a little bit clunky. You can only really shoot one zombie at a time. Instead, with a combat, you can hit all of them. And yeah, just kind of a pain with only having 5 bullets anyway, but again, up to you. So now moving on to the next one is kind of like an obstacle course, and again, it's very clunky with the pump. I'm gonna tell you guys every single one just so you remember, but again, yeah, it's kind of up to you. I recommend using a combat on this one because obviously, like, you can see where like I'll have the crosshairs on the body, but like I just can't shoot quick enough because the pump's a little bit too clunky and doesn't shoot quick enough. So yeah, I definitely recommend using combat here, but if you really want to use a pump, like I said, you can. It's just you're probably going to miss a lot of targets, the ones that are close range, because you just can't move your crosshairs that quick. But yeah, this one's pretty decent. I kind of like this obstacle course. It was kind of, like I said, clunky obviously because I'm using the pump, but without it I feel like it's a pretty good course to use. Now coming into the stationary flick, this is probably my favorite one on the kind of flick shots. And again, all you have to do is just practice flicking towards the zombies. And this one actually really showed me that I really do need to work on my flicks. Like, I've been grinding Kovacs obviously and stuff, but it is a little bit different in game just to get that natural flick on your shotgun and feel a little bit more comfortable. So I'm going to start grinding this map specifically, or this kind of trainer specifically, because I feel like it's a really good one to practice because it actually gets kind of the idea of a 180 kind of flick shot where you can shoot everyone in that vicinity so you don't miss your shots as much. Like, as you can see, these are pretty easy shots and I've ended up missing them, so I'm definitely going to start working on this because I'm pretty disappointed with my aim on this specifically because I thought I'd be doing way better. But again, up to you if you want to grind this one, not really my choice. Now let's go back to the main lobby where we'll go to the aim trainers, which is basically Kovac kind of in Fortnite games. The first one is just a moving target room, and a lot of them kind of replicate Tile Frenzy or something like that. But yeah, this one's basically pretty obvious. It's just moving targets and you're just going to want to shoot them. Some of them are standing still, some of them aren't. And this is just a good way to kind of get your aim going. So a little bit of flick shots for your AR and kind of getting that tracking ability all in one for one specific kind of drill. Then we're going to move over and it's going to be the 360 target room. So again, it's very similar, just basically a 360 mode, and you can hit this kind of blue pad like I did right there and it'll just send you back up when you're done. But yeah, basically you can just do a 360, practice on the moving targets, practice hitting your shots, and kind of basically just adjusting if obviously like a target you're shooting at in game just moves a little bit, you kind of have the ability just to track him and still hit that 60 head dink or whatever kind of you want to do. We'll move into target room. This is kind of like not a close range tile frenzy, but just basically a target spawner where they're not moving. This is just really good for just kind of getting that base accuracy down and moving from one target to another. Again, nothing too unreal, but just kind of that good way to get your aim just naturally down and efficient. Then this is called the mini target room, and it's basically just like mini tile frenzy on Kovacs, where basically they just spawn the targets and they're a little bit farther away for more range. And again, it's just the same thing. You got to flick between the targets and practice learning how to adjust your aim. And I'll show you guys the last one, but yeah, just overall, I think this kind of whole trainer is just really good, and I really suggest you guys start grinding this. I'm definitely going to start playing this a ton because it basically has tracking, flick shotting, everything that you can possibly think of. So I definitely recommend you guys grind this out, and make sure to check out Tito's channel because he definitely deserves it making this map. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button, comment what you want to see for a future video, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.